Thank you for joining me as I read Ecclesiastes chapter 1 through chapter 4. The words of the preacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. Vanity of vanities, saith the preacher, vanity of vanities, all is vanity. What remaineth unto men in all his trivial, which he suffereth under the sun? One generation passeth, and another generation succeedeth, but the earth remaineth for ever. The sun riseth, and the sun goeth down, and draweth to his place where he riseth. The wind goes forth the south, and cometh toward the north, and the wind goes round about, and returneth by his circuits. All the rivers go into the sea, yet the sea is not full, for the rivers go into the place whence they return and go. All things are full of labor, man cannot utter it. The eye is not satisfied with seeing, nor the ear filled with hearing. What is it that hath been, that shall be? And what is it that hath been done, that which shall be done? And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof one may say, Behold this, it is new? It hath already been in the old time that was before us. There is no memory of the former, neither shall there be remembrance of the latter, that shall be with them that shall come after. I, the preacher, have been king over Israel and Jerusalem, and I have given my heart to search and find out wisdom by all things that are done under the heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of men, to humble them thereby. I have considered all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. That which is crooked, and none make straight, and that which faileth cannot be numbered. I thought in my heart, and said, Behold, I am become great, and I excel in wisdom all them that have been before me in Jerusalem, and mine heart hath seen much wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and knowledge, madness and foolishness. I knew also that this is vexation of the spirit. For the multitude of wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Chapter 2. I said in my heart, Go to now, I will prove thee with joy. Therefore take thou pleasure in thy pleasant things, and behold, this also is vanity. I said of laughter, Thou art mad, and of joy, what is this that thou doest? I sought in mine heart to give myself to wine, and to lead mine heart to wisdom, and to take hold of folly, till I might see where it is that goodness of the children of men which they enjoy under the sun, the whole number of the days of their life. I have made my great works, I have built me houses, I have planted me vineyards. I have made me gardens and orchards, and planted in them trees of all fruit. I have made me cisterns of water, to water there within the woods that grow with trees. I have gotten servants and maids, and had children born in the house. Also I had great possession of beeves and sheep above all, that were before me in Jerusalem. I have gathered unto me also silver and gold, and the chief treasures of kings and provinces. I have provided me men singers and women singers, and the delights of the sons of men, as a woman taken captive, and women taken captives. And I was great, and increased above all that were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me, and whatsoever mine eyes desired, I withheld it not from them. I withdrew not mine heart from any joy, for mine heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my travail. Then I looked on all my works that mine hands had wrought, and on travail that I had labored to do, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of the spirit, and there is no profit under the sun. And I turned, and behold, wisdom and madness and folly. For who is the man that will come after the King of things, which man now have done? Then I saw that there is profit in wisdom more than in folly, as the light is more excellent than darkness. For the wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. Yet I know also that the same condition falleth to them all. Then I thought in mine heart, it befalleth unto me as it befalleth to the fool. Why therefore do I labour to be more wise? And I said in mine heart, that this also is vanity. For there shall be no remembrance of the wise, nor of the fool forever. For that now is, and that days to come, shall all be forgotten. And how dieth the wise man, as doth the fool? Therefore I hated life, for the work that is wrought under the sun is grievous unto me. For all is vanity and vexation of the spirit. I hated also all my labour, wherein I had travailed under the sun, which I leave to the man that shall be after me. And who knoweth whether he shall be wise or foolish? Yet shall he have rule over all my labour, wherein I have travailed, and wherein I have showed myself wise under the sun. This also is vanity. Therefore I went about to make mine heart abhor all the labour wherein I have travailed under the sun. For there is a man whose travail is in wisdom, and in knowledge, and in equity. Yet to a man that hath not travailed herein shall he give his portion. This also is vanity, and a great grief. For what hath man of all his travail and grief of his heart, wherein he hath travailed under the sun? For all his days are sorrows, and his travail grief. His heart also taketh not rest in the might, which also is vanity. There is no profit to man, but that he eat and drink and delight his soul with the profit of his labour. I saw also this, that it was of the hand of God. For who could eat, and who could taste to outward things more than I? Surely to man that is good of his sight, God giveth wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he hath giveth pain together, and to heat to give to him that is good before God. This also is vanity and vexation of the spirit. Chapter 3. To all things there is an appointed time, and a time for every purpose under heaven: a time to be born, and a time to die; a time to plant, and a time to pluck up which is planted; a time to slay, and a time to heal; a time to break down, and a time to build; a time to weep, and a time to laugh; a time to mourn, and a time to dance; a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones; a time to embrace, and a time to be far from embracing; a time to seek, and a time to lose; a time to keep, and a time to cast away; a time to rent, and a time to sow; a time to keep silent, and a time to speak; a time to love, and a time to hate; a time of war, and a time of peace. What profit hath he worketh of a thing wherein he travaileth? I have seen the travail that God hath given to the sons of men to humble them thereby. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, yet cannot man find out the work that God hath wrought from the beginning even to the end. I know that there is nothing good in them, but to rejoice and to do good in his life. And also in every man eateth and drinketh, and seeth the commodity of all his labour. This is the gift of God. I know that whatsoever God shall do, it shall be forever. To it can no man add, and from it can none diminish. For God hath done it, and that they should fear before him. What is that hath been? That is now, and that shall be, hath now been, for God requireth that which is past. And moreover I have seen under the sun the place of judgment, there where was wickedness, and the place of justice, where was iniquity. I thought in my heart, God will judge the just and the wicked, for time is there for every purpose and every good work. I considered in my heart the state of the children of men, that God had purged them, yet to see too, they are in themselves as beasts. The condition of the children of men and the condition of the beast are even as one condition unto them. As the one dieth, so dieth the other, for they have all one breath, and there is no excellency of men above the beast, for all is vanity. All go to one place, and all was of the dust, and all shall return to the dust. Who knoweth whether the spirit of man ascend upward, and the spirit of the beast descend downward to the earth? Therefore I see that there is nothing better than that man should rejoice in his affairs, because that is his portion. For who shall bring him to see what shall be after him? Chapter 4. So I turned and considered all of the oppressions that are wrought under the sun, and behold, the tears of the oppressed, and none comfort them, and lo, the strength is of the hand that of them that oppress them, and none comfort them. Wherefore I praise the dead which now are dead above the living which are yet alive. And I count him better than them both, which hath not yet been, for he hath not seen the evil works which are wrought under the sun. Also I beheld all travail and all perfection of works, that this is the envy of a man against his neighbour. This also is vanity and vexation of spirit. The fool foldeth his hands and eateth up his own flesh. Better is a handful of quietness than 2 handfuls with labour and vexation of spirit. Again I returned and saw vanity under the sun. There is one alone, and there is not a second, which hath neither son nor brother, yet is there none end of all his travail. Neither can his eye be satisfied with riches, neither doth he think, for whom do I travail, and defraud my soul of pleasures? This also is vanity, this is an evil travail. 2 are better wages for their labour, for if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone, for he falleth, and there is not a second to lift him up. Also, if 2 sleep together, then shall they have heat. But to one, how should there be heat? And if one overcome him, shall 2 stand against him? And a threefold cord is not easily broken. Better is a poor and wise child than an old and foolish king, which will no more be admonished. For out of the prison he cometh forth to reign, when as he that is born in his kingdom is made poor. I beheld all the living, which walk under the sun, with the second child, which shall stand up in his place. There is none end of all the people, nor of all that were before him. And they that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this is also vanity and vexation of spirit. Take heed to thine foot when thou enterest into the house of God, and be more near to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they know not that they do evil. Thank you for listening to Ecclesiastes chapter 1 through chapter 4. I hope you have a wonderful week, and God be with you all.